Hi there and welcome to Tackle Tuesday on the 15th of August. We're just going to take a look at some clips from the weekend, looking at the tackle height low trials, giving some information regarding what should or shouldn't have been given regarding the tackle height framework, and looking at some best practice as well. So first clip here, we're looking at a FOSROC Academy game. This is boys games that recently took place a couple of weekends ago. So we're just going to look here at a pick from the base of the scrum. So in this situation here, we've got a good low tackle to begin with. If I just scroll back, we've got attempted good low tackle, and then if I pause here, we've got the assistant tackler, second player in, making high contact above the base of the sternum. Now this is going to be a key piece of technical skill and decision making for the second tackler this season. They are allowed to steal the ball, they are allowed to compete for the ball, but they're not allowed to make contact above the base of the sternum. If they want to make a tackle, it has to be below the base of the sternum. So in this situation here, this would be deemed a high tackle. The second player has come in and made shoulder contact above the bottom of the sternum. There's no mitigating circumstances, so the ball carrier hasn't dipped significantly. Therefore, a decision would be penalty advantage to the blue and red team. Next clip is an example of that rip that we were just talking about. So let's play it on here. So player here without a number on his back, was play it again, comes in and rips that ball. Really good technique. And we'll just pause it at the point of ripping the ball. So any arriving player can still compete for ball. The player here comes in, uses his body weight to and his arm to get onto that ball, and then rips away from the player. So really good technique. Doesn't place any real risk at all in terms of head-to-head collisions there, and the player is allowed to do that. So really good technique from the blue and red hooped player there, spot on. So in that situation, just to recap, the arriving player rips the ball, which is allowed, no shoulder contact made, decision play on, a good bit of play. Next clip is just a good example of a tackle from behind. It's just really important that we're looking at tackles from all angles here. Again, play that again. So we get a player gets really close to number one, is able to get a good arm wrap, get the head to the side, slip down onto the legs and bring them to ground. Really, really good bit of play from the dark blue, light blue hoop player there. Absolutely great technique and good speed as well to cover the distance. So that situation there would be play on, initial contact below the base of the sternum, good play. If that tackle had been over the shoulder, if we looked like a seatbelt tackle, then we would obviously be considering high tackle and into potentially a high tackle framework situation. Next one is just a clip here of a high tackle, and I'll pause it at a couple of relevant points here. So we're finding this quite a lot in the wide channels, where we've got players obviously used to just getting their body in the line and getting in front of the player, looking to just do whatever it takes to stop that attacking threat. Now this situation here, this picture is exactly what we're trying to reduce, is the head-on-head collisions or risk of head-on-head. Both players are upright in this situation, which is obviously high risk and exactly what the law trials are trying to remove. So in this case here, the player has made high contact above the base of the sternum. We would be recommending that this would be a penalty advantage, but potentially in a real life situation, if that had been a bit higher, obviously above the sternum, above the shoulder level, that would be going into the realms of a high tackle framework decision, which could bring in yellow and red card options there. In this case, there hasn't been head contact. The contact is on the shoulder, as you can see on that situation. So we would be looking at that being a penalty or penalty advantage. There's no mitigating circumstances in this situation, and really the defending player there really needs to get into a much lower situation, body position, to make an effective tackle. So there's a few clips, hopefully clarified a couple of scenarios for you all. We've also got a clip here of a coaching activity which will start to drip feed into Tackle Tuesdays as we go through the next few weeks. This was down at a festival camp at Merkerson. and it's an adaptation of an activity that's been going around online for quite a number of weeks now. Really good activity to get young players into a low body position. You have 2 poles. You then set the height using a piece of string or a band in this case, and the player will put a bit of pressure on the ball carrier and really just dip their body height to make that low contact. Key points here are to dip early, really get that sinking the hips, getting that foot in close, getting the shoulder contact and wrapping those arms. Really good activity as a bit of a priming activity before going into a full tackle activity. A lot of these clips we'll be putting online and will be on the Tackle Hub, and some of them obviously within the Rugby Right course as well. Thanks so much for listening again to Tackle Tuesday. Please visit our Tackle Hub, which includes all of these videos as well as an updated FAQ document. We'll be releasing documents and videos all the way through August, September via Scott Rugby Coach on Twitter, but please link in with the Tackle Height Hub for all information. Thank you very much.